Okay, so welcome to the Career Circus webinar. This Career Circus lunchtime quick webinar is all about LinkedIn, and I'm going to cover with you in the next 20 minutes LinkedIn essentials. So what we'll be covering is how to set up your profile so that you have the right professional image. Also, we'll be looking at how to engage and get involved with all of the free features and perks of LinkedIn. So looking at groups, how to follow companies, thought leaders, and so on. Gain incredible skills endorsements and recommendations. So the best way to go about asking people within the industry for recommendations. And also we'll have time at the end for a quick Q&A, question and answer session for any essential questions that you have of things that we haven't covered. Okay, so moving on to the first area we're going to look at. The first section here is all about your profile setup and your professional image and brand. Okay, so some key questions that you need to be asking yourselves here is, who are you targeting? Okay, are you joining LinkedIn to link in with your work colleagues or with your fellow students on a course that you're part of, and it's purely to keep in touch professionally with those work colleagues or fellow students? So is that the reason that you're joining LinkedIn, or is your profile and the people that you're connecting with to actually job hunt? You're looking at targeting employers, you're looking for a new job, and you're actively job seeking, and that's why you're joining LinkedIn to say, I'm here, I'm looking for a job and open to opportunities. Or is it that you are joining LinkedIn and you want to engage and connect with other industry experts? It could be that it's a mixture of all three. That's certainly how I use LinkedIn, to network with people that are already part of my network, as well as to gain new insights and new connections within the industry, and also to always be on the lookout for any opportunities for collaborative or partnership work with other people in the industry. So it might be the same for you, but it's important that you think about who you're targeting with your profile when thinking about the words and things that you'll be using. And we'll have a quick look at a profile in a second once I've gone through this slide. So your photo as well, it's important that your photo is sending out the right image. So what image do you want to send out? Is it professional image? Is it fun image? Whatever image you want to send out, make sure that your photo is appropriate and sending that image. I would just say one word of caution here, that LinkedIn is not like Facebook or other social media sites where you would upload perhaps more social directed photos. LinkedIn is for a professional community, therefore I'd recommend your photo is more professional and that you are setting that professional image. Your strapline, headline and summary, so these are key words, key lines, sort of your pitch, so to speak, to make sure that people know who you are, what you're looking for, who you want to connect with, and that's really important. We'll have a look at an example. You also include in your profile your employment history, academic details, so any courses you've been on, qualifications you've undergone. Now, you want to make sure this matches your CV. It needs to be accurate information. You can't make up that you're the CEO of any kind of company. It does need to be honest. However, you can also make sure that the information is relevant to your industry. So you put in the jobs and work experience, education, which is relevant now. You don't need to go all the way back to sort of school-based education unless it's relevant. So do make sure that, again, your profile is targeting within the industry and what you're looking for. Your contact information and visibility as well is really important. So it's important to make sure that you have thought about how you want to be contacted, whether people send you direct messages on LinkedIn, whether you're happy to share an email address, and also whether you want your profile to be private so that only yourself and your connections see it, or whether you're happy for your profile to be visible to everyone on LinkedIn. So again, that's a really important thing to think about whilst you're setting up your profile. Okay, so we'll just pause on the slides for the second, and we will have a look at an actual LinkedIn profile now. So what I'm showing you here is my profile. So if we go up to the top, you should see here, sorry, I think you're on a couple of seconds delay, but you should see here my LinkedIn profile. So when we're talking about the profile and the setup, you see here that I have very clearly my name. This is what we call the headline, so Career Development Consultant and NLP Coach. So automatically on LinkedIn, your current job title will go as your headline. So for me, I wanted to, so for some people that may be relevant to have that under their name, and especially if you're employed by an organisation, you would want to be associated with that organisation. If you're not employed or working with an organisation or currently job seeking and you want that to be clear, then your headline could be current graduate seeking job in financial industry, or so on. So something which is relevant to what you're looking for. So that's your strapline, your headline. It then gives a summary of information that you have here. So current organisations you work for, previous organisations which can be clicked on, current details that you have. So the other thing that you can look through here is your summary. Now your summary just wants to be 1 or 2 paragraphs long, and it's just a really key summary just saying what you're doing, who you're about, and including keywords. Keywords are really important because it helps you to be more visible and show up on searches that people may do, and that's people in the industry that may be searching for you, or it may be people, recruiters, headhunters, and so on. So you'll see there that my summary is just 2 paragraphs just saying, who I am, what I do. I've got key buzzwords in there related to my industry, so employability, career planning, professional development, who I work with, universities, colleges, graduate recruiters. So it's very clear what I'm doing, what I'm about professionally. And then my last paragraph is saying, I enjoy networking, I'm very interested in collaborative projects, like-minded people, feel free to connect with me, join my LinkedIn groups. Okay, so it's very clear there what I'm looking for and how people can connect with me. So that's as part of my summary. The other part of your profile setup is including all of your experience. So you see here we've got work experience included. So at the moment, Career Development Consultant, you can add links into here. So I've added links to our LinkedIn groups. Please do join those. And then it just, and you'll see it's just very, very short. So just very, very short amount of information here, just 3 to 4 lines, just saying what your main duties were. If you have any recommendations, they'll be added to that. See, it then moves on to talk about Trium that I worked for at LSC, my position in the NHS, and then my position at some local authorities. And then it goes on to then look at various other sectors. So just waiting for the screen to catch up with me here. Yes, so this is the skills endorsements, and then further on to any publications, qualifications, education, and so on. So that was all there. One thing that you can do is you can change the order in which everything appears on your profile. And again, thinking about who you're targeting and what you're looking for, this may be quite beneficial for you to do, to change around how things look. So the way in which you do this is if you go back up to the top of my profile so I can see you, you can just see there what I put. I'll just wait for the screen to catch up. Okay, so if I click onto Edit Profile here, and then it moves me into editing mode. Okay, so I moved into editing mode. So what I saw there was my full profile. It will now move me into editing mode. Hopefully if the internet doesn't crash. Yes, okay. So I'm in mode. So click on this little icon here to edit any of these areas in which I want to do. I can also move the sections through this little arrow. So I can move, drag to rearrange my profile section. I can add links, videos, image documents, presentations, and so on, and edit there to click through and edit anything that I want I want to. You'll see here that I haven't added any projects, languages, honours, awards or test scores, and that right-hand navigation is always telling you what you can add in, people to connect with, recommendations. So I can go in and update and that as much as I want to. So if you see as I scroll down here, it's saying add a link, upload a file, add a new position. So as soon as you get a new job, you can add in the position, the dates are all there as well. So there's lots of ways that you can edit your profile. I'd really recommend that you have a look at other people's profiles within your industry, have a look at your peers to get ideas of what looks good and perhaps what maybe doesn't look as good, so that you can have a look at that as well. Contact information I have available here, so contact information. If I click onto the box there at the top, edit contact info, I have my email address, my mobile number, my Twitter handles, a company website and the blog, as well as a link to my LinkedIn profile which I can add to email signatures or CVs. So there's lots of ways that people can get in touch with me, as well as connecting with me on LinkedIn. Okay, so if we just go back to the slide, so what we've done there is we've done the profile setup. So if I show you now the next section which I want to discuss, which is engagement and involvement. Okay, so the best way that you can expand your profile is through networking and connecting with other people. So I'd really recommend that you look at everyone from school level qualifications further, people that you've worked with, friends, family, and just expand your network that way. Have a think. Some people accept anyone who connects with them. Some people like to have a bit of a sort of quality assurance on that. That's completely up to you to decide how you want to do that. Join groups, get involved in discussions, so groups that you can join linked to your industry, linked to interests that you have, get involved in useful discussions. Status updates, so share blogs, articles, advice and news, and plus comment and like other people's as well. And you can also follow companies and thought leaders, and I'll show you in a second how to do that. And the other thing that I recommend, and you would have seen that on my profile, is putting down your skills, so you can get skills endorsements. So putting down the skills, so the key skills which you believe that you possess. So putting down those key skills, in particular if you're job searching, thinking about the key skills which are relevant to your industry, or if you're looking to liaise, connect, network with other industry people, then you want to make sure that your skills are also linked industry-wise as well. And recommendations, you can ask people for recommendations and you can also give recommendations to other people. So think about what's relevant to your industry and target markets. Make sure that the recommendations, they're honourable and influential, and also if people endorse you or recommend you, give back and do the same to them as well. Okay, so I'll just show you now how that looks in terms of on the screen, so that you can see that. So we're still in editing mode here, so I'm just going to go done editing so that we come out of the editing mode. And what I'm going to show you here is just some of the key features in terms of looking here at what you do. So you've got at the moment we're in the profile section, so we can see edit profile, who's viewed our profile, we can look at this. Just to also say, this is the free version of LinkedIn. You can upgrade to LinkedIn Premium. I've used LinkedIn for quite a few years and I've been fine on this free version of LinkedIn. I think the LinkedIn Premium is for recruiters, headhunters, or people who are using LinkedIn in lots of ways. But that's your choice whether you want to upgrade or not. If I go to the home section here and just show you in terms of a bit of navigation, the home is like a news feed. So every company that you follow, all your people who you are connected with, any articles or anything like that, any groups that you're part of, this will all appear within your home feed. So we can see here, if we look at mine, the first thing you see there is what skills or expertise do your connections have. It's always asking you to connect and to endorse people. And then I see, say, congratulations on new job, one of my connections. Some of my connections have shared a profile, shared a photo. Some have shared here some articles. There's some jobs as well. I've got a happy work anniversary for me, 2 years this month that I've been working at Career Circus, and today I've been having people liking and saying congratulations, which is really nice. Various other opportunities, congratulations, and so on. So there's lots of things within the home feed that you will see to get involved in. If we go back up to the top, what you can also see through your network click is through your network you can then see how many contacts you have. So I have over 500 contacts on my LinkedIn profile, and I can message people individually, or I can send messages, I can filter my contacts, I can look at who my contacts are. So there's lots of ways that you can engage. I can get their email details or so on, see what they're up to, which is great. I can also find alumni or find people who are linked to certain jobs, and you can do that through the search button here. So if I wanted to see if anyone, say if I was looking to connect with Microsoft, I type in Microsoft into the search box here, and I'll see what comes up, and it should be a mixture of information. So Microsoft's come up, and then I can then filter this. So I've got the first result that I can see is the company, so Microsoft the company. I then see people within my my connections that work directly with Microsoft or linked to it. I can see jobs that are there. I can see people that have worked with it. I can see groups that are linked to Microsoft. When it says first, that's a connection of mine. When it says second, then that's a connection once removed, and third would be 2 times removed. So there's lots of ways if I'm thinking Microsoft as a company, as an organisation that I want to interact with them, for me to filter through my contacts and see how I can do that. So that's a great way of using it. The other thing I wanted to show you here in the on the home tabs here is the jobs section. So the more information that you have on your profile, which is really important, if you have as much information as you can on your profile, then LinkedIn will work as a bit of a headhunter and will then grab sort of jobs which they think are relevant to you. So here on my jobs profile, it's saying here jobs I may be interested in, and it does email me these jobs, and majority of the time, and this is one way to check if your profile is sending out the right messages and the right words, is to see whether the jobs are actually ones you'd be interested in and are relevant. And for me, just looking down the line, talent development, leadership, careers, head of learning and development, management development, HR, organisation development, they're all the right level, sort of management director level that I would be at. They're all the right industry, leadership, careers, talent. So that's good. That to me is a good sign, because that shows that these jobs are of interest to me. And it's great if you are job hunting to be able to see what's happening. If we go to the fourth tab there, which is interests, these are all the companies that I follow, also groups and pulses. There is a sort of connecting of various areas of interest. So if I just go to the groups, I can show you, you can join, I think it's 50 groups, 50 groups in total. I join groups of interest to me in the region that I live in, so London, East of England. I also join groups which are related to my universities that I link in with, and also that are related to my industry, so careers related. So if I show you one of our groups that we have here with Career Circus, we have 2 groups. We have Juggle Your Way to the Top, which is a group for any individuals who are looking to advance their career, looking for professional development, perhaps job seeking. And we have Career Circus Spotlight on Global Talent. And this group is for any HR, career, industry experts, recruiters that are looking for best practice and ways that they can develop their talent within their organisations. You see this group is got 154 members here. People can request to join the group, which we moderate. We have posts which are put here, which is like a news feed. We can do discussions. We can also post jobs. So there's lots of ways that people get involved. They can comment on certain discussions, add things, discuss things. So there's lots of ways that you can get involved in groups as well. Okay. Last thing that I just want to show you, just as we're coming towards the end of the webinar, so just last thing I want to show you live on the profile here is just the accounts and settings. So you can see here I've got a summary of my accounts, so I can manage certain things. I have a company page and my own group, so that's why that appears there. You may not have that. Privacy settings is something I really recommend you take time to have a look at. Excuse me, also just put in my password. So that's something that you do want to make sure that you have a look at, to make sure that you're happy with the account settings that you have. So here, in terms of, you can turn on or off your activity broadcast. So if you're making lots of changes to your account, I'd recommend that you do sort of turn that off. You can manage recommendations as well, so you can see communications, your groups, select what other people see when you viewed their profile, or change what people can see, edit your public profile, edit your name, manage recommendations, and so on. So I'd recommend that you do keep an eye on your privacy controls and your settings. Sometimes they do change. LinkedIn should alert you, and they should email you and alert you when that happens, but just to make sure that you are up to date with that. Okay, so that is a very, very quick whistle-top tour of LinkedIn, but I think you will agree that there's some of the essential things there for you. I'm also including, I'm just putting back onto the screen my slides. If you have any questions, please do type them into the webinar sort of control panel there, so I can answer them. As we're running out of time, because this is just a lunchtime quick webinar, I'll be answering your questions individually to you after we finish the webinar. But there is a blog which is on the Career Circus website with my essential LinkedIn top tips, and you can comment on that blog, ask any questions there. I'm also happy to do a profile review for you, so you can contact me, Saffron at careercircus.co.uk, or you can contact Marie, who works for Career Circus, updating the website. She manages our LinkedIn accounts, and she is very, very in tune with LinkedIn, and she will also happily do a review for you. So you can contact her. Her email address is info@careercircus.co.uk, so you can contact her. We'll be very happy to review your profiles for you and give you any recommendations that we might have. So that means we've come to the end of our webinar. I want to thank you very much for attending. I hope everyone could hear me okay and the slides worked okay. If there were any issues, please do contact me, let me know. We will make these slides available for you. You'll see the slides, and you'll also see hear the audio and get the links to my LinkedIn profile, so you see the whole webinar you can listen again to. There's lots of ways that you can interact with Career Circus via Facebook, our LinkedIn groups, Twitter. We also have Pinterest pages, and we have a variety of events and masterclasses. Please do come along. If there's any way that we can help you with your LinkedIn profile, or if you'd like any careers or professional advice, then please do just get in contact. But that concludes the end of this webinar and our LinkedIn Essentials. Please enjoy LinkedIn, and thank you very much for attending. Thank you.